Okay, I'm Greg.
And I'm Billy.
And we're the Fuji Guys. What we're going to do is give you the first look today at our latest S-series camera, the 9200. Now, I'm also going to say at the beginning of this video that there's two different models. There's the 9200 and then there's the 9400W. And really the only thing different between these two models is that the 9400W has the wireless or Wi-Fi functionality and the 9200 does not. Okay, so we'll cover off those features in the the top features movie, but this is just a first look. So looking around either the 9200 or the 9400W is pretty much the same experience.
Absolutely.
So just briefly though, this is kind of like the middle of the lineup in our bridge camera. So it's got a great 50x zoom lens. You don't want to carry an SLR with 3 lenses or something. It's not the most expensive one, so you can still buy this relatively so on a budget. It's got a lot of great features, but just to give you an idea of what all the buttons and controls are in this first look video, Billy, just take us around the camera.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, quickly looking at the front of this camera, you have the AF assist lamp there, of course, that helps you focus in low light situations. You got this, of course, massive 50x optical zoom lens. Again, starts at 2.9, so again, it's relatively fast with the wide open, so a lot of light gets into this camera. To the side of it, of course, you have the secondary zoom controls. You can zoom in, zoom out. Of course, there is another zoom control right on top here, which I'll point out again. You got your pop-up flash button. Allows you, of course, to turn the flash on and off. And of course, on the right side of the camera, there's really not much other than the strap eyelet for your neck strap. So saying that, let's go look at the opposite side of this camera. And you got, again, your HDMI connection port here, as well as your USB connection. So if you want to download images to the computer, that's through that. Of course, we always recommend buying picking up a card reader if your computer doesn't already have one built in. You got your strap eyelet for your, again, other side of the neck strap. And of course, you got a nice little grip and rubberized grip and
feels real nice.
So the rubberized is on the lens as well as on the handle of the camera, gives you a nice steady feel. Okay, looking now at the top of this camera quickly, we go through the shutter button here. You can push halfway down to focus and all the way down to take the photo. You have your original zoom controls. You can zoom in, zoom out. Again, that can also be adjusted in speeds through the menu, so that if you're doing videos, you have a nice gradual, smooth zoom. You got access to your continuous shooting button that allows you to take multiple shots at a very fast frame rate, and it also gives you access to some cool other modes, different continuous shooting modes and bracketing modes. You got your on and off switch. You can hold it down for a few seconds, it turns the camera on. You can hear the noise telling you that it's on. You got your exposure compensation button that allows you to compensate the scene in terms of brightness. If the camera's telling you it should be like this, but you think it should be brighter, you can overcompensate or undercompensate.
Without going off automatic so much. Yeah.
That's correct. You got your mode dial that allows you to do things like the SR auto mode that does everything for you, from determining scenes to subjects. But if you want to be a little more creative, you have access to aperture and shutter speed controls, 4 manual controls. There's even a nice panoramic mode. You can do a nice panoramics with this. And of course, there's also this cool advanced filter feature that takes some really cool features.
You're going to have a lot of fun with this. That to me, I'm glad they put it on the mode dial.
It's much easier to access.
So easy to access now, and once you start playing with those creative filters, you can't get enough of them.
Yeah, and one of my favorites is actually the partial colors, where it isolates the scene, and if yellow is the only color that shows up, everything else is monochrome. Looks really cool.
I know.
And
so
honestly,
artistic.
and yes, you can do it in the computer, but who has the time? Sometimes it's just simpler just to shoot.
I agree.
And if you have the Wi-Fi model, of course, you can transfer the image on a smartphone and then place it on any social media sites. You got a little LED light that blinks when it's writing to the memory card or it's charging up the flash, as you can see. Right beside that, you got your left and right stereo microphone. So again, it offers full HD video. And I guess that's really it for the top side. Of course, if you have the 9400W model, it will say Wi-Fi. It's a Wi-Fi certified camera that can connect to your home network. And of course, using a PC autosave software, you can also download images wirelessly to your home computer. Okay. Now looking at, I guess, the bottom of the camera quickly, you got your speakers there. I guess when you're recording videos, you can play back audio through that. You got your standard tripod socket. And of course, you got your battery cover. And sliding it open gives you access to 4 AA batteries. It uses basically alkaline batteries, but we highly recommend when you pick this camera up, if you don't already have some, pick up some nickel metal hydride rechargeable batteries. Even the low discharge ones, they can give you 300 to 400 shots per charge over the standard
and they're very reasonably priced these days.
Absolutely, and of course the great thing about this style battery is some of you guys enjoy lithiums, but if you do forget to charge your batteries, you're really stuck when you're out in the field, and if you're traveling, AA's are quite available wherever you go. You got your memory card slot here. You're pushing in to eject the memory card. It supports the SD cards all the way up to the XC cards, up to 64 gigabytes. Again, doing HD video, stuff like that. We recommend a very fast card, at least a Class 6 rated, card. Okay, so that's just the bottom. Looking now at the back of this camera, you have a great, a 3-inch LCD screen. And above that, if you do in bright sunlight, you have what we call the electronic viewfinder that allows you to obviously conserve battery life, frame your shot better by allowing you to grip the camera properly. And of course, in bright sunlight, it's much easier to see, from seeing the photos that you're taking to even reviewing the images that you've already taken. And that's a great feature to look for when you're buying a long zoom style camera like this. You also got a diopter adjustment on the side here for anyone who's wearing eyeglasses. It makes it easy to see. You got your EVF LCD button, and that toggles basically the screen on the bottom and the EVF on top. So again, if I can push the button, you can see it toggles to the screen on top or the one on the bottom. You got your dedicated record button, allows you to record HD videos. You can start the video, and of course you can also stop the video with the same button. You got your playback button here, and of course using the directional pad you can navigate through the different images that you've shot. You also notice that this directional pad that allows you to navigate the menu also has a command dial rotation that's built in, and it allows you to adjust things like aperture or shutter speeds if you're in those certain modes. This directional pad also doubles up as access in shooting modes to things like the self timer, the macro, the function button that gives you access to maybe a certain function that you can customize. And of course, you got your different flash modes. In playback, of course, it allows you to do an instant delete on one or several images. And aside from that, of course, you got your menu OK button to confirm your settings or access the menus on the camera. And if you're in the shooting menu and you push the menu OK button, you have different menus come up, versus if you're in the playback menu, it only shows the applicable menus. You also got your display back button that toggles between the different displays on the LCD screen, as you can see there. So again, this is a really quick look, and if you're very familiar with Fuji cameras in the past, if you already own an older camera like this and you wanted to upgrade, you're not going to feel too much far apart from the controls, because really we try to maintain a lot of the dials and controls so that if you do upgrade, you're ready to go right off in the first day. Yeah, we've obviously upgraded a lot of the features, and there's some new modes on the dial here, but that's otherwise, yeah, the familiarity from moving from one Fuji camera to perhaps upgrading to a new one is very, very easy transition. Well, that's a great little first look. Again, as mentioned at the beginning, we will have a video on the top features of this camera, the 9200/9400W. Yep. So until that video, make sure that you do subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you want to know all the latest news on Fuji, subscribe to Twitter as well, or follow Twitter. Follow Billy on Twitter at Fuji Guys. And until the next video, I'm Greg. And I'm Billy.
And we're the Fuji Guys.